Hi, I'm Angela Marvel, and this is week one of my 2016 self-portrait project. The photo I'm going to talk about today I thought was perfect for the first week of January and the first of my project. It's called Good versus Evil, and it's actually a recreation of a photo I took in 2013. It uses some of the elements from that portrait and uses them in a new and different way to create its own portrait, much like how many of us in January try to recreate ourselves. And so that's why I thought it would be perfect to start us off for the year. The portrait is of me as an angel and me as a devil interlocking arms. The original portrait was called Choices, where I was an angel and devil on my own shoulders, where basically I had to choose between the good and the bad me. This portrait ended up winning a People's Choice Award at the Western Washington State Fair in 2014. So it's not that I don't like this photo, because I really do, and I didn't go into this with the intention of changing this photo. I had kind of a dry spell where I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to create more self-portraits or what direction I wanted to go in. So what I did is I sat down with all my self-portraits that I already have, and I just wanted to see if something would jump out at me. And something did. In the original portrait, if you notice, the arm of the devil and the arm of the angel both stick out. And my idea was born that I could interlock those arms together without having to reshoot it. Not having to reshoot it saves a lot of time. Being able to already use an element that I already did, I was able to put this photo together fairly quickly once I got the arms locking. And once I took the picture of the flames, which is a fun little story because I took these pictures while at a Cub Scout den meeting where we had to cook hot dogs and I was in charge of watching the fire. And if anyone was on my Snapchat, you would see that I built the fire that night and I was playing around a little bit and having some fun. But shooting the flames was a little bit harder than I thought it would be. And so many of these flames were actually duplicates and of the same image over and over. So basically, I'm starting week one with just a recreated photo that it became a completely new photo. And I think that that is an important thing to put out there for you guys. If anybody out there is having a creative block, sometimes it helps to just look back on your old photos and see if anything jumps out at you. And that is exactly what I did. And something did jump out at me. And another reason I wanted to share this photo first is because it's the first photo that I did or recreated in 2015 for this new, where I'm going to be headed in 2016. And so I thought it was appropriate to show it first. And then you'll see there'll be a few other recreations where I take photos I took in 2011 and 12 and turned them into something completely different, really re-editing them and merging different things. Some of those will come further down. I have two that are more Halloween themed, and I might share those in October rather than now. And then I've taken some throughout this year. I've also taken some other self-portraits that really pushed my creative limits. And I did those portraits because I started thinking more clearly because I did this photo. And that's another reason why I wanted to show this first. I just want to still show my journey a little bit. One of the things about doing the photos the way I'm doing it in 2016, where they're not going to be in chronological order, is you don't always get to see my beginning to my end. And I know that can be, that was what was so fun about 2011. If you see what I did in the beginning, and then you saw what I started doing around July and August of that year, you saw the progression. And I think that was part of the fun of the project. And I don't want to really lose that from this either. There are some photos that I shot between August and December that I don't know where they're going to end up in the year, but they're all important to the process. But I felt like this one was the most important because it was something that really spurred my creativity to think, like, take an idea and then take it to the next level. And then even on that level, think, how else can I do this that it's out there, different, or that somebody else hasn't done? This portrait doesn't necessarily have all of those elements, but as I move forward, that's where I'm hoping to go. Since this is just week one of what I hope will end up being quite quite a big project eventually. I hope you'll stick around, follow me through this journey, because this photo is only a small portion of what I have as ideas or already have shot. I have a few that I've already shot that are very different than this. And I have some wonderful ideas for this year. And I'll be doing fun and creative and goofy and silly and characters, just like I always have done. I even will do some with my family, which will be super great to get them involved again. But at the same time, the other half of the portraits are going to be a completely different thing and new to my shooting style. And I'm really looking forward to doing those as well and finding a new voice and a completely different genre of self-portraits. Those will be more in the fine art category rather than just being overly creative or funny, silly, and out there. But don't worry, I still love my fun, silly, creative photos, and that is exactly what I felt like this one was. You know, me as two different characters, interlocking arms, one's good, one's bad. That, you know, that's been my calling card for self-portraits, and I really wanted to share that with you guys today. If you're not already doing so, please follow me on all my various social media sites. Facebook would be facebook.com/Angela Marvel Photography. Instagram is Angela Marvel Photography. Twitter, Angela Marvel. Periscope, Angela Marvel. And you can find me at my website at angelamarvelphotography.com. Thank you and enjoy.